All right, with Rafael Puga Valega, Win Win is the short film played at the Under 5 Minute Film Festival. It is a shade under 5 minutes, which makes it qualify. You're from Peru, correct?
Correct. Yes, I am.
And these four guys are having a conversation. I'm assuming they're on the football team, soccer for us North Americans, but they're on the football team, and they kind of one of the guy comes up with a scheme to like have a win-win situation, hence the title of the script, right?
Correct. Yes, exactly.
So this is your first film?
Yes, actually, it is. I've done some videos before or student projects, but probably nothing as professional as this one. Like, it's definitely like if I will start my filmmaker resume, it will start with this short film, definitely.
Gotcha. Okay, so tell me about the idea for this film. It's like one location, four actors, kind of like it's a good first film start, like basically get it off the page. You got some emotion going on. Tell me about this idea.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it actually came out with it came out around 2019 when there was this soccer or football tournament going on in South America, and my country Peru was in a similar position than the team of the Friends is going on. So like the idea kind of came into my mind. It was like, what if I bet to like try to make this situation not feel that annoying or negative? Because like Peru received like really bad score, but I still had options to qualify to the next round because it's a similar, like the way the main character speaks about the tournament is like it's a similar tournament that the Peru was playing at that moment. So even despite uh they lost like one of the matches like really bad,
Yeah,
like they still had a possibility to qualify to the next round.
yeah,
So I was thinking like, what if I bet like to not make this situation don't feel that bad? So like in that sense, like the idea came out and I saw like, what if I make it like an argument between some passionate friends on the sport and the team and like, have different views about it.
yeah.
And it wasn't complicated to film. So that's why I thought it was a great option to start like my filmmaking career or resume.
Gotcha. So it's an interesting kind of concept. It's almost like I have a favorite football team. It's almost like me betting against my team. So
Mm,
basically, if they lose, I'm mad because it's my team, but I win some money. But if they win, I'm happy, but
exactly.
I lose some money. So it's almost a lose-lose win-win, I guess, right? Because no matter what, it's a little bit bittersweet, right?
Exactly. Actually, yeah, it depends on the point of view of the characters, I guess,
Yeah,
or in the person who is like dealing with that. That's why like the other friend, the supporting character confront him and tell him like, do you think it's funny like betting against your own country and like giving all of these passion insights about like sports fandom or like their team.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they even raise the stakes. Like football is very obviously it's the number one sport in Peru. It's the number one sport in the world, number one sport in South America. So
Yeah.
there's national loyalty when you're at the World Cup, when you're in the tournament, whatever tournament you are. You don't
Yeah, exactly.
no matter what you both you this is your country. It's beyond the game. It's more about nationalism, I guess.
Yes, also. But at the same time, that's why like one of the friends said like it is just football, like let's not make a big deal about this. But at
Yeah.
the same time, the other friend tells him like, it's not just football for us.
Yeah. It's not. It's beyond
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah, exactly.
So I'm assuming you're a football fan?
Yeah, well, but actually, what's funny is that lately, like, because of like the uh, actual presence of like the Peruvian football and everything, is like I have how do you say this? I have low my expectations on the sport. a little
Yeah.
bit.
So the last time you guys were in the World Cup was 18, right? 2018.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
You're going to be in the next
And
World Cup?
do you think if we made it to the Network Cup, like 2022 or 2026?
Which one is it? Is it 2020? The next one's 2026, right?
Yes, exactly. But we didn't like we almost made it to the 2022, but we lost on the playoff against Australia for penalties. So
That's
yeah.
I never agree with that. Like I'm not a soccer aficionado, but if you have a final game, don't you shouldn't win on point on kickoff. Just play until someone scores a goal. I don't know. What do they think about that?
Yeah.
Why do we have penalty kicks? Just play
Well,
until
actually,
yeah.
yeah, I actually like the main reason is because like to not make it as long as possible, and usually like
That's
after
the fun of it. Basically,
yeah.
just like who's got the resistance, who can last the longest.
Yeah, that will be curious as well. That will be curious as well if they did it, but I guess they don't wanna go longer. I guess like the
And
FIFA don't wanna go
who's got the bigger bench? Who's got the good subs? Basically,
through.
like it's all about like that's the one fault I have with with football is that most other sports it's about your bench. It's about like the depth of your team, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. But at the same time, if you can think about it, like penalty kicks moment is like also super psychologically, and which of the players are more prepared to like
Good
for a moment
television
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a lot of them you can see that they are nervous or like, like they don't want to be the guys who want to be like kicking the ball
But don't
against
you
the
feel bad for
goalkeeper.
like I don't know the context of the Peru Australia then game, but
Oh
don't you feel bad for the people who missed the goal? Like I'm sure there
yeah,
was
oh
one
yeah. It has always been a big deal, especially in Peru, because we don't really like qualify a lot
yeah,
to like the World Cup, so it's not that common for us. Like when we qualified in 2018, we made it after 36 years, so it was a big deal for the country.
yeah. And I guess according to my research, the farthest you've gone is the quarterfinals, I guess, right? In 78.
Exactly, yeah. On 1970 and 1978.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. So yeah, it's a big deal. So these guys are like having this ideological conversation about this situation. So tell me about like your actors. Where did you find your four performers?
A couple of them I found them on casting networks. I did an audition to them, and then the other guy who is also like in the credits is called Friend One. Like I met him doing background acting, and he's a stand-up comedian, so I felt like you will be great for like if you want to participate. I feel you will be great for this role because he's like the funniest friend in the group, like the one who doesn't care about like the passion or everything. He just wants to like get the best deal for him. Of
Have you ever seen the movie Reservoir Dogs?
course, yeah, yeah,
The beginning reminds me of Reservoir Dogs, like the guy
yeah.
sitting at the table.
Exactly. No, yeah. Actually, that was one of the references for like the round shot.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I like how Tarantino does his round shots when like there is like a group of friends or people who is speaking around a table, and the way he like moves the cameras when they are speaking. So I wanted to do something like that at some moment of the short. So yeah, definitely, yeah, you nailed it.
because you got to make sure you got coverage, right? You got to get
Yeah,
someone's talking, like say the guy's talking about the scheme, but you want to get reaction. You have to get reaction shots of all the other guys as well. You have the three shot,
exactly.
right? Then you have the individual shots, and then like a couple minutes in, you kind of move the camera around, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. Yeah, I really wanted to make that shot. I mean, although I know it was like the most difficult one to make, and there was this guy that helped with us for like that shot specifically because he was
The
the one
camera
who.
operator.
Yeah, well, actually, I had two camera operators. Like the girl who did the cinematography, she also was dealing with camera operating. But with that shot, it was specifically that other guy who knew how to use the stabilizer and that.
Oh, gotcha. And you got to
Yeah.
stay in focus too, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's not easy.
Oh, of course it's not. Definitely it's not.
So is someone focus polling while she was shooting it, or
No, in that one, the guy who knew how to deal with the stabilizer was like dealing with also with like the camera as well. Like he was dealing with both.
Yeah.
So like he was also dealing with focus at the time. And I think we did like 4 shots of that specific scene or shot. And yeah, I picked the one that looked the best.
So tell me about editing. Did you think you had enough coverage when you went into the editing room?
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I did. I did. Like one of the things that I like about working with my cinematographer was that she was really into like let's have a lot of like different shots of like the characters speaking different camera angles. So in the post production or in the editing, you can be able to like have more options to choose.
Gotcha. So do you edit the film yourself?
No, I get an editor for that one. Although I had some experience editing, at that moment I had a laptop that was kind of slow for like one of these editing programs. So I definitely had to get an editor. So there was this guy that I knew before, and gladly he also knew how to edit, and I asked him if he could help me with the editing. And then I also, oh what?
They did a good job. It's a nice flow, nice
Yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. He did, and gladly because of my previous experience with editing, that part wasn't that difficult or annoying in a certain way. Like it was we were able to like deal with that one easier. But compared with like color grading or sound editing that I didn't had experience with that one before, it kind of gave me a bit more of a headache, but not that much. But like because I'm sure it was because it was my first time dealing with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it gave me like moments to think if it's like is this the kind of like color grading I want, or I just was like or like same with the sound editing. Like it is like when I was hearing it with my headphones, I was like, should I like reduce some background noise a little bit, or just like left some, and like
Yeah.
asking myself like which was like the best option. But gladly, finally, like I was able to deal with it fine, I guess.
Yeah. So who did the sound design?
Is this guy that is called Dylan Torres? The girl who is the colorist introduced me to him, and he's a really pro sound editor. Like he has been working recently with a lot of big TV productions in Hollywood, and gladly like he was able to help. So yeah, yeah, I think he did a great job.
You got the film done. How does it feel? Like you're feeling good?
Yes, oh yeah, yes. I feel definitely released in a certain way because I like at some moment I was postponing the project till I could finally or had the money to do it, or like had the availability or even like confidence to make it till finally it happened. And now that it has been done, like I feel like any kind of tension that I had about the like right now is like loose. Like I'm glad I'm definitely happy and glad about how it's going.
So then this is your first time in the festival circuit too, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yes, first short,
you didn't
first film. Yeah,
you
first
didn't film
festival
it in
film.
Peru. You filmed it in the States, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Hence the language, like they would be speaking. Is it sorry? I apologize. Is it Spanish or Portuguese they speak in Peru? Spanish.
Spanish, Spanish.
So they would be speaking Spanish, generally speaking, I guess, right? But you did it in
Yes.
English.
Yes, I did it in English. I did it in English. With that one, I wasn't that how can I say this? I wasn't that specific with the language. Like I mostly wanted to tell the story, and I also felt interesting on making it in English as well. But for example, there are some other ideas that like I would like to do it in a specific language depending on the film short or idea. But this one, like I actually didn't have like a specific language on mind for this one because I felt it was more universal in a certain way.
Gotcha. But it's I guess it's yeah. People can. I guess people can watch it, but there's subtitles, of course, but it has a more universal appeal. You can submit to festivals in North America without subtitles, and it's
Yes,
easier, I
also
guess.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
But it would be interesting to see it in Spanish because I guess there's a certain nuance to language too, right?
Oh yes, yes, definitely. But even in each Spanish-speaking country, like some of them, well, I think most of them or all of them have like some specific slangs that some other countries don't know about the other ones. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So yeah, I will if I would do it in Spanish, I would probably will do it with that with like the Peruvian slang. But at the same time, when I did the short film, I didn't want to specify in which country or which team they were talking about
Yeah. Oh,
because yeah, they
gotcha.
never
So it
made
was like,
yeah.
yeah, it wasn't Peru. It could have been
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't want it to specify, especially if I was doing it in English. I didn't want it to specify which country was
Gotcha.
exactly and or the tournament. I just wanted to mostly focus on like the way the way these guys think about sport and their passion.
Yeah. They're like they're fans. They're like viewers, I guess, right? So
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah.
yeah. And we have a certain fandom, and have you been surprised by, or have you noticed that there's a big fandom of sports in the United States?
Oh yes. I know there is. I know that with football or soccer it's not that much, but with other ones, yes, definitely.
Yeah, like American sports, like obviously American football is huge, and
Yeah.
basketball,
Base.
baseball.
Exactly.
But they play baseball and basketball in Peru, don't they?
No, not really. I mean, no, I
No?
maybe basketball like on high school ages, but professionally it's mostly just soccer, football. Yeah.
Yeah. Because baseball is huge in certain Latin countries. So
Yes, but I think it's more like in Central America or Caribbean countries, and in the north of South America, I think it's mostly Venezuela, the one that is into
yeah,
baseball. But
Venezuela is huge.
the
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but basically the rest of the South American countries are just into yeah soccer, football.
The communist
Yeah.
countries like baseball, Cuba, Venezuela. Yeah. It's either you're very, it's true. It's either you're very
Yeah,
extreme
so yeah.
capitalistic, like the United States, Japan, they love baseball, or you're a communist,
Uh-huh.
like Cuba and Venezuela.
Yeah, I guess so.
Those are the four. Yeah,
I never thought about that, but I guess it makes sense in a certain way.
yeah. But think about why is Venezuela? Why are they such baseball fanatics in a very like central, you know,
Yeah,
soccer obsessed
exactly.
continent? Yeah,
I thought that my guess it was like they were closer to the Central American countries, I guess, which they are more, or the Caribbean countries, which they are more into baseball.
yeah, they are. Yeah, like
But
Dominican Republic and
yeah,
yeah,
Puerto Rico. Yeah,
Puerto Rico is
also.
huge. Yeah, and they love baseball. Yeah,
Yeah. Also, I recently found out that in Mexico they also really like baseball as well. I
yeah,
didn't
it's
know that.
huge.
I was surprised about that. I thought they were only into soccer
No,
like
it's
most of yeah.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
Mexican pitchers, a lot of Mexican baseball players. Yeah, they
Yes.
have their
I
own
was
league and
surprised about
everything.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, soccer is number one.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, yeah.
So what's next for you? What are you gonna make? Are you gonna make another film?
Yes, and this one, yeah, I would like to make it in Peru, in Lima, and in Spanish. I feel the story works better for that. Although in this one there won't be a specific mention about where the character is, like the city where the character is going on. But yes, I want to make that one in Spanish and in Lima because I feel that the city works really good for the story.
Gotcha. Well, I wish you the ultimate best of success. It's a great first film. You got the first one under your belt, and I've said this a recurring theme on this podcast. It's like the second film is the hard film to make.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because a friend of mine told me, and I also said that in the other interview that after you make the first film, like you don't uh like the next ones start coming faster because I guess because of confidence.
Yeah.
And also because in this first one, I was also dealing with producing, not only with writing and directing, which is like the stuff I like to do and the
Yeah.
stuff I want to focus, but also with producing because it was low budget and, like I
Yeah.
have to deal with that stuff by myself. So that one was definitely like the hardest part. The one that like I was lacking of confidence because I was like, I really wish I could have a producer if I had the money to hire a producer.
Yeah.
But the good thing about doing it by myself, it was like, of course, the confidence, but also like having the experience of like dealing, even if it's like a really short project, like having the experience of dealing with the whole process as a producer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I almost had a guy who was going to help me with producing, but because of like his times, like at the end, he wasn't able to make it, so I just deal with the whole thing by myself at the end, according to producing, of course.
Well, let's wish you the best of luck on this, and let's talk soon when you make your next film.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I wish to talk with you as well. Again, thank you.